Hey students, it's Mrs. Poe. Today we'll be reading Armando and the Blue Tarp School, written by Edith Fine and Judith Pinkerton Josephson, illustrated by Hiran Sosa. And here is our dedication page. And we are so lucky that we had a visit from both authors, Edith Hope Fine, Judith Pinkerton Josephson, in 2010. And they told us, hugs to all the wonderful readers at Ehe. Here's to the power of one. All day, Armando and Papa had worked at the dump, picking through the trash. Now they trudged down the rocky hill. Afternoon sunlight shone on broken glass, rickety fences, and tumble-down houses in their colonia, their neighborhood. Babib, Babib! A truck horn blared from below. Armando pointed. Mira, look, Papa, it's Senor David from last summer. Papa was silent for a moment, and then he said, you can go, just this once. Armando hurried down the gravelly path to tell his friend Isabella the news, and off they ran, down the road and across the wobbly plank, and past the big rock. Senor David, you're back, said Armando. My friends, mis amigos, I missed you, said Senor David, spreading the big tarp on the ground. Your school, Armando said, I remember. The first time Senor David called his blue tarp a school, Armando hadn't understood. He thought schools had walls and floors and roofs. But Senor David said a school could be anywhere, even on a tarp. Ready to learn? Said Senor David. Si, said the children. Yes. Nearby, scrawny chickens pecked at the dirt. Hen, said Senor David, and he flapped his arms. Bark, bark, bark. La gallina, hen, said the children, and they flapped their arms too. Bak, bak, bak. On his chalkboard, Senor David wrote the letters of the alphabet. The children called the letters out in Spanish and in English, and they practiced their words they had learned last year. House, la casa. Boy, el muchacho. Girl, la muchacha. Very good, muy bien, said Senor David. We'll work hard this summer, but we'll have fun too. And Armando couldn't wait. That night, Armando ate slowly. At last, he asked if he could go to school at Senor David's blue tarp. Papa frowned. Do not fill your head with dreams of school. I went last year, said Armando. Oh, now you are older, said Papa. I wish things could be different. We are pepenadores, trash pickers. You must do the work of our family. Mama added, your sisters are small, and I need you to stay here with them. The money you and Papa earns helps us live. Tears stung Armando's eyes. More than anything, he wanted to learn, but he knew Papa and Mama were right. Later, Armando sat on his thin mattress. With a stubby pencil, he sketched a picture of Senor David's truck. As Papa and Armando neared the dump the next morning, the foul smell grew stronger and stronger. Rumbling trash trucks backed up. Eep, eep, eep. Out tumbled heaps of garbage. Workers rushed toward to tear open boxes and rip open plastic bags. Flocks of squawking seagulls circled and died, fighting over bits of rotting food. Armando searched for bottles and cans and clothes and toys, some to sell and some to use. In one tattered bag, he found a shiny button and a silvery thread. From another, he pulled a smudged notebook and a dented tin of paints. These he kept. Armando mopped his sweaty face and swatted at buzzing flies. What was Senor David teaching now, he wondered. By the time Armando and Papa's headed for home, the sun had dipped low. Painting the sky red and hearing the gate squeak, Isabella raced over to share what she had learned at school. Words covered her paper. La rana is frog, she said, and we hopped with Senor David. Armando's shoulders drooped. I wish I could have gone with you. I know, said Isabella, but I'll bring you new words, I promise. After Isabella left, Armando copied her words in his notebook. Then he made pictures for each one. Before he went to sleep, he put his notebook and paints with the other treasures on the ledge above his bed. Each day, Armando worked at the dump, and every day he longed to be sitting on the blue tarp. One evening, Papa said, "People are talking about Senor David's school." Armando's stomach flip-flopped. "We have always been trash pickers," Papa went on, "but learning is important. It could help you find a different work when you grow up, maybe in the city. So, Mama and I decided that you may leave the dump early for school. But the money," said Armando, "somehow we will manage." "Gracias, Papa, thank you." Armando hurried outside to tell Isabella, and of course they whooped with joy. From then on, Armando worked mornings with Papa. Each afternoon, Armando and Isabella walked down the dirt road and across the wobbly plank and past the big rock to Senor David's school. Sometimes the lessons were easy, sometimes they were hard, but soon the children could write sentences and do numbers, and they sang songs and played games and drew pictures. Below a drawing of a red flower, Armando wrote, "Oh, the roses smell nice." By a girl jumping rope, he wrote, "Isabella jumps." One day, a cow lumbered by. "Hola, vaca," said Armando. "Moo, moo." "Hello, cow," said Senor David. "Moo, moo." "Cows give milk, la leche." "Cows give milk," echoed the children. Another day, Armando sketched a fat pig snuffling through the garbage. "Great pig," said Senor David. Then Armando showed him a painting he had made of a tall man with brown hair and a mustache. On it he had written, "Mi amigo," my friend. "Is that me?" said Senor David. "Sí," said Armando. "Gracias, mi amigo," said Senor David. He shook Armando's hand, and week after week Armando wrote and drew and painted, and soon words became sentences and bright pictures filled his notebook. One night, the smell of smoke jolted Armando awake. Winds howled and wood cracked. "Fuego, fuego," people shouted. "Fire, fire." Mama and Papa gathered the children and ran from the house. Flames roared through where they lived. Papa rushed to help, and men slapped at the fire with wet blankets. They threw buckets of water. Safe on the hillside, Mama hugged the children close. Hearts thudding, Armando watched as a wall of greedy flames swallowed up his house. At dawn, hot ashes smoldered. Many houses had burned. Armando stared at the patch of ground where his family's home had stood. There was nothing left. Senor David put his hands on Armando's shoulders. "Your words, your drawings, all gone. I'm sorry. Lo siento," said Senor David. 2 days later, the scent of smoke still hung in the air. Senor David and the children gathered on the blue tarp. "What a hard time for you, mis amigos," he said. "No lessons today. Let's just draw." Armando colored orange and red flames, black smoke, and frightened faces. As the children worked, a car drove up. "Please welcome our visitors," Senor David said. "They're writing a story about the fire, and our school is in the city newspaper." The photographer snapped pictures, and the reporter scribbled notes. When he spotted Armando's drawing, he asked to borrow it. Armando wondered why. He glanced at Senor David. "Go ahead, Armando," he said. "It's okay." The next day, Senor David held up a newspaper. "Look, mira," he said. Armando's eyes grew wide. On the front page was his drawing of the fiery night, his picture for everyone to see. The children cheered. Armando grinned. Senor David gave him a copy of the paper to show Mama and Papa. Later that week came another surprise. When a kind woman from the city saw Armando's painting and read the story, she sent money to build a school. "Where?" asked Armando. "Right here, right where our blue tarp had been," said Senor David. Armando closed his eyes and imagined what the school would be like. Over the next few weeks, Senor David and Papa built a new house for Armando's family. From the fence boards, the chicken wire, and old garage doors, they helped other families rebuild too. Whenever people could, they worked on the school. They mixed cement and they smoothed out the floor. They sawed wood and pounded nails to build 4 walls and a sturdy roof. Light poured in where the windows would go. And at last the school was finished. The children crowded inside, chattering and pointing. They darted from the benches to the tables to the books with colorful pictures. Isabella ran her fingers over the braided blue rug. "It's like our blue tarp," she said. Then Armando spotted a wooden easel splattered with paints. "Your papa brought that," said Senor David. Armando's eyes sparkled. Papa wanted him here, learning and painting, ever since he heard the first babib of Senor David's truck horn. Armando had longed for such a place to learn, a place to grow, a place for friends. Armando flung his arms wide open, and the words tumbled out, "I am happy from here to the sky." And that is the story of Armando and the Blue Tarp School.